Hi all, thought I'd have another shot today, the 5-minute auto pairing. I've listened to some of the inspirational music stuff on my channel. There's some good music there. Also been playing through Adam's games. Okay, kapunen. Let's play, I think, Leningrad Dutch F5. So, right, if I play D5, try and clamp down on E4, maybe that's a good idea. Try and prevent this plan. Now knight F6. However, this is kind of stonewall territory now. Unless I go ahead and just Fianchetto the bishop anyway, as if I play the Leningrad with D5 instead of D6. I think I'll play C5 now. It's an unusual position. If I can shut out this bishop by playing, pardon me, a D4 soon, so like E4 takes and then D4, that'll be interesting. So, what else is going on in this position? White could try C4. This bishop at the moment, pretty bad. Maybe I should consider a pawn sack at some point with F4. Especially if White occupies E4 with a pawn, then F4 would be more attractive to be able to play knight H5. I've had a bit of luck with that in Leningrad recently, so in fact here, takes with a D pawn first, maybe. And then F4 could be interesting because it liberates this bishop. So it's got some positional justification. I might try it. I'm giving up the C4 square though, that's the problem. So with this bishop liberated, it's a freer game. I wonder about knight G4 trying to provoke H3. Actually, knight G4, the bishop is also in prey, so probably take on G7. Bishop G4 here, it's H3. Maybe just knight H5, or what about just Queen C7 in fact? There's a lot of interesting options. If Queen C7 E5, then maybe knight G4 or knight H5. Okay, I think I'll try this. Queen C7, so it sort of eyes this diagonal, potentially. So maybe then knight G4, H3, maybe I've got knight takes and then FG using this queen on C7. At the moment I'd like to get this rook in, so I think bishop G4 to be able to play rook D8. So H3 I got rook D8, maybe even taking on F3 would be good. So rook D8 here, intermediary move. So if Queen E2 there's knight D4. If Queen C1 maybe I should just take on F3. Aha, knight D4, it's going to take the bishop, so I wonder, can I still, I don't know, consider a bishop sack with FG, HG, knight G4, bishop takes, but then there's pawn takes. So FG, HG, knight G4. It's a shame this knight's protecting that bishop on D4. I wonder, so bishop takes F3 is probably no good because queen takes, knight D4 is taking this, so I don't know, FG looks as though it could be dangerous actually. I think I might try that, just sacking the bishop. So it's at least using this queen on this sensitive diagonal. So knight takes now, threatening G takes. F. And if takes, then queen G3, it looks kind of dangerous. I'm not sure if it really is. Maybe I should take on D4 first though before doing anything. So leave that knight on B2. Then after queen G3, I might be threatening rook F3. So then if queen F3, check, and then rook F8. So that looks as though it could be dangerous. So when the bishop takes b2 here, Avoids having to use my king later if he plays bishop takes. Okay, but on the other hand, knight takes gives queen c4 check. So mate, do I really want that? Not sure. That knight's... So queen takes g3 maybe, just as originally planned. Okay, so now maybe there's a threat of rook takes f3. First, okay, I'll take king here. Hopefully there's no dangerous checks at the moment. So I think here rook takes f3, knight takes g4. But how about knight d4 here? Knight d4, knight takes queen h2 as mate. So that looks as though it could be very tasty, knight d4. I think I'll try that. So it's like an explosion on the f-file. This f3 is like attacked by 1, 2, 3 pieces. h2 is also attacked by 2 pieces. f2 is also attacked. So the pieces are working very well as a team after this bishop sack. If queen f1, it looks like knight takes f3 is crushing. King h1, queen h2 mate. He doesn't want to give up his queen. So yeah, this seems as though this is a devastating combination of queen and knight here against the h2 square. Right, he's sacking his queen. But is there stronger than knight e2? What about knight takes f3? If knight takes f3, then he could still play queen takes but rook takes, but I haven't lost my knight. Knight takes e2 followed by queen takes g4. Looks as though it's strong as well. But maybe strongest is to tempt him to try and play king h1, because then queen takes g4 looks really bad, because bishop takes rook takes will be threatening rook h3 mate. So I am tempted actually just knight takes f3 here. I think I'm going to go for that actually. Knight takes f3 followed by queen takes g4. He's giving up his queen anyway. So now just rook f2 looks as though this could be it for white. Yep, he resigned. I mean, disconnected and forfeited. I thought it was a well played game. So let's have a quick look at that. So sort of mix between the Leningrad and the Dutch. So trying to wait for white to occupy e4 with a pawn for this dangerous f4 pawn sack. And now an interesting bishop sack idea with fg. So it's piercing some dark squares around the king. And it's difficult to defend or even evict the queen at the moment. So there's a constant threat now of like rook takes f3, and also knight d4. So there's 2 threats here. So that was interesting. So knight d4, it looks as though it's a real crushing move actually. Maybe taking here on f3 is more accurate than knight e2. Even so, winning the queen, it's all over. Hope you enjoyed that. Please leave any comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks so much.